EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday night primetime showdown between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. It lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? That's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
First down throwing for Hurts. A throw right side, caught by Goddard. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he's caught after a game of about 2. Entering Cooper there to make the stop.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he does not get to that line. Looked for a moment like he might get there, but nope, 4th down coming up.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. From the right hash, 55 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
I'm going to call that one a little tester, Kate. Kind of like a 5 to 8 foot putt. You really hope to make all of them, but you know, over the course of the season, you won't. In that case, well, it went right through.
Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. And that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Black, set.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 10 yards.
After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that 1st down.
Go, blue, 32. Ready.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
10 black. Ready.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And this give not as fruitful. They're on him quicker this time. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Hut, hut.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Quick throw out wide by Love. Good running here. He's across the 15. It's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers finish off their opening drive. Christian Watson with the touchdown. Now they'll try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They go play fake with Hurts. He puts some juice on it. They connect on the deep shot. This is going to be downhill. Looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Hurts now from the gun. It's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And they take him down right along the 30.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Second and 3 now. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. Ooh, and that was close, but they're going to have to get this on 3rd down now. Lead us to the 27.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Third down, 1 yard to go.
Go Silver, ready?
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Completed to his running back. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Hurts setting up to throw. It's a screen to Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles hold a slim 2-point lead early. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles push their lead to 3. All set for the kickoff. He'll take this at the 10. Things going well so far. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 30.
At their own 32-yard
line. First and 10 from the 32.
Black swap. Come on, set. Stay.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
He was brought down by 7. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Eagles soaring to an early lead. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They've got 2nd and 7 to start.
50, green. Check white. Set, cut.
They stick with Jacobs. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Here we go, set. Blue, 32. Ready?
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And a good stop by the defense to limit this damage. They gave up 8, but they still forced this 4th down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
The 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. And he'll try to hit this one well. Ooh, snap came in slow, but he got it away. And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. A lot of space ahead. Finds a seam. Left side. He's off to the races. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles make it a 9-point advantage. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
Kate, you saw me chuckling. You know I love celebrating that run, but you know what I really love? I really love watching those linemen. And they just get to celebrate. They love an explosive play like that. Doesn't mean a long extended drive, just a whole bunch of celebration.
That one splits the uprights. And And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Sky Moore on the return. Making some progress here. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Okay, ready?
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 10 cycles, cut.
Hand off to Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
60 red, 60 red. Ready?
Now a toss. This is Jacobs. Crosses midfield, still going. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll give the Packers the first.
First down. 1st and
Ready.
10 at the 39-yard line.
Black, 95. Set.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there. When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
He's got his man. This is Kraft. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. That's good for a Green Bay first down.
Packers first down. First
Let's
and
go.
10 at the 17-yard line.
52 blue. Set, go.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
Offense there, Kate, went heavy with that 13 personnel. 1 back, 3 tight ends, and those 3 added blockers, just the element they needed to spring that run.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
22 needle. Here we go. Black 40. Ready.
They'll run. Jacobs. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd
Watch out,
and goal
50 Fury.
at the 8-yard line.
Ready, ready. Set, huh?
He's got it on the bootleg. Flushed out of the pocket. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
Now, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much, but it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, 3rd and goal.
Blue striker. Down, set.
3rd and long for him here. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? ODB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. So Brock, we're down to 1 minute and 59 seconds to play now in our opening half. More from Lambeau after this. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
0 to 100 real quick. Maybe you on that rapid pay the bills. Now
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Barkley. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That was Michael Parsons making that play. Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Finds his back, here's Barkley. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
An 8-yard pickup. And an Eagle first down.
From the pistol, Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. He smartly won't risk anything here. Just chucks this away. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He'd been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it. Right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball. And they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. Gets it downfield, on target to Metcalf. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. No set of downs for him from the 31. Hurts yet again. Just like the last play, Metcalf has it. He's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, get the quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. That's good for a couple of yards, and that's good for an Eagles first down.
That is some old school brutality. An offense close to a first down, a defense that knows there's a run headed right its way. In a battle of wills, the offense gets it done.
And he scores. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles double their lead to 14.
For Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
At their own 28-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Ready.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play sat down behind the line.
Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
Hey, Blue. Ready.
This is Reed working the right side. This one up to about the 27-yard line. Brought down by Reek Woolen.
It's a gain of 3.
Third down, and they need to get 10.
6. Mega. Hut.
Throw here, third down. He's trying to push the field. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force fourth down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Daniel Whelan on the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Ooh, snaps a little off, but he adjusts and sends it away. He takes it at the 4. Fights his way through a tackle. And that return's going to leave him enough time to squeeze in 2 plays here if they want before the half.
At their own 14-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
Great. Hey, let's go. Trimmer. Crowd up, get it. No touch.
Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here's the final play of our first half. They'll stick with the ground game here. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. It's all set for the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. And not a bad place for them to start, up past the 30-yard line.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
45, white. Set.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
At the 35-yard line.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Come on, set.
Play action, Love. Finds him on the crossing route. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Down. Yellow, 22. Ready.
Now a toss to Jacobs, headed left. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by the rookie Andrew Makuba.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, set. Need a 50, green. Fury, yellow. Hut.
To the air with Love. Taken in by Luke Musgrave. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him around in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Set, hut. Black, 95. Set.
A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Love now, off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. This is complete. It's Matthew Golden. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game the defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
Here's Jacobs. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1. An 8-yard pickup, and now it's 2nd and goal.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice to get a little crease on the outside, get that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Go! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go red.
Line up the design keeper. And the defense holds him at the 2, Brock. He can't get beyond the line. Still a couple yards short of that end zone. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Now from the 2-yard line, it's 3rd and goal.
Set. Black 40. Ready.
Jacobs. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Packers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
Man, so valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never asked for help. I do it for you.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he's going to field this one in the end zone without a return. So that's going to bring us out to the 35-yard line. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually the only option left was to throw it away.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff headed right. Barkley. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. They'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
73.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's completed right side. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
All set now. 1st and 10.
Right, set. Hey, let's go. Trimmer. Tiger swamp.
Straight ahead. Here's Barkley. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Running back sent in motion. Throwing from the gun. He's got it in the red zone. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Barkley off the pistol give. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Easy, 63, back.
Hurts now from the gun. Dump off caught by his back. And this one doesn't go far. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Play number 9 of the drive. It's going to be 3rd and 5 to go. Throwing from the gun here. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Moore with a return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Packers getting set here. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Switch, yellow, black, 90, black swap. Hut.
This is Jacobs running left. And he will wind up out of bounds after after a first down gain of right around 3 yards. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
10 cycles.
Second and 6.
Come on, set. Ready?
Now Love on the play fake. Headed out right. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll give the Packers the first.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
52 blaster. Let's go. Hut.
Handoff running left. Jacobs. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
They'll run now on second down. He danced away from one tackle, but unable to dance away from the rest of the defense. No gain on that play.
You know, that's one of those plays when you call it, you expect to get decent yards every time. Seeing it stopped at the line, man, that's deflating offensively.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Blue, 32. Hut.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jahan Campbell makes the play. And the Eagles have it now on his 8th pick of the year. Well, partner, you know this one firsthand. Getting them behind the sticks really limited what the call could be on the offensive side, and no doubt helped set up that INT.
Unfortunately, I sure do. And when you're in these situations, you got to have self-talk. You really do as a quarterback. You got to tell yourself 3rd and long, extra long like this, protect the football. Protect the football. A punt is okay. Quarterback extra aggressive in the defense, well, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They took it from them.
And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. So 20 yards on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. It's his running back. And they make the stop. I'm going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Flushed out of the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Lasers this one deep down the middle. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21.
Packers 17. Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Moore with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Check one, set. Ready.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And good forward, about 5 yards looks like. It's 2nd down now. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Love now. That's incomplete left side. Couldn't make the hookup with Matthew Golden. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there will be more interceptions.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Come on. Hut.
Takes the handoff, now Love. He rolls to his right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Still at the 40 here, 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Back to the air. Love. Kraft has it. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Yellow, 43. Smith, red. Ready?
Running right. Here's Jacobs. That played good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Eagles' 32-yard line.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3.
Let's go. Hut, hut.
Now a toss. This is Jacobs. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Kate, I want you and the audience to imprint that play in your mind. When you hear me or any announcer say, oh, he's running downhill. Oh, get running downhill. Oh, you want to hit it downhill. That right there, that was running downhill.
Let's go now. Set, hut.
Play fake. It's Love. Buying some time right. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
I can pretty much guarantee you, Kate, the minute that quarterback left the pocket, that D coordinator started to hold his breath. It is so hard when you play a dual-threat QB out on the run in space, especially down here in the red zone, but the defense rises to the occasion.
Ready,
So
break.
after the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and goal.
Here we set.
It's a design boot. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he makes the catch on the right sideline, but no. Oh, they call it out of bounds. The throw led him just a little bit too much. All right, so defensively, you've seen 2 throws now, and you turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on 3rd and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
60 red. Ready.
Quick throw out wide by Love. And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. He'll no doubt looking for a moral victory here in lieu of one on the scoreboard, Bronk. It's 4th and goal.
Set, ready. Hut, hut.
Desperation time here. Headed out right. And they take this in for the score. The Packers get it back to within 2 possessions. Jordan Love, the touchdown.
Okay, that is so demoralizing defensively. Defenders in all their lanes. You do just about everything right to stop the 4th down. That QB's legs, they were the X factor. Big-time play.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers get it back to a 14-point game.
Packers 24.
Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Eagles make the recovery. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. They give to Barkley, left side. And this hasn't been a common side out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. Design keeper here for Hurts. The Packers take their first time out. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down.
Travel like a dawn, I'm a traveling man. LAX out the water more than landing in rain.
Go silver, ready? On anyway, that. No touch.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Evan Williams. And the Packers have some new life in the 4th.
I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Hut.
Love from the gun. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That's good. For our Packers. First down.
Ready.
Love now on 1st and 10. Trying to push deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinion Mitchell. Along the right sideline, there's space. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown.
And there in Kate, right there, that's some of the danger of playing with desperation. You can't get every point back with one play, and that quarterback, we just learned a valuable lesson. Not only can you get not every point back, you just gave up 6 of your own.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Power squib kick is taken in. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
First and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. 52, smash, red. Ready?
Love back to it after the pick. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, second. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
Love now to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Ready, set.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Slide, set, ready. Set.
Love out of the shotgun. Got his man. It's golden. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Timeout taken by the Packers. Their 3rd and final one. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Black shot.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Loves to throw again. Taking a chance to the end zone. And it is knocked away. Shot to the end zone. Answered there by a strong defensive effort. 2nd down. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
Down. Set.
From the pistol, here's Love. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Yellow. Set, hut. Blaster. Set, 45. White. Hut, hut.
3rd and long for him here. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. So the heave knocked away from the intended target. That brings up 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest.
Ready. Hut, hut.
One final shot here. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. Man, they were facing a top 5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but.